Ooh, it's quite cold tonight. I know. Good thing we have this campfire, though. Otherwise, I think we might freeze to death out here. Yeah, it does fit the mood quite well. It being October and it getting more mysterious and spooky. Yeah, it's kind of cool that it's colder and dark and we have the campfire going. It really sets the mood, you know? Do you like this type of mood as well? I see. I personally, for one, really love it. I think it's really unique and cool. It gives a different vibe that's special to this month only. You can't really get a feeling like this in any other month. You're not going to be feeling all spooky in Christmas. Well, I was thinking we could just, hang out here for a little bit by the campfire. It is getting slightly smaller, but it's still good for like another hour, I'd say. We could burn some time out here before we have to go back into our tents. What am I thinking of? Nothing in particular. Maybe we could try telling scary stories. I have a couple of good ones, if you'd want to listen to them, of course. You think you'd be interested? Really? Oh, okay. You're okay with some scary stories I have, right? Oh, trust me, they'll be fun. And if they get too scary for you, you can always just let me know, and I'll stop talking. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, this one story that I know, my mom used to tell it to me all the time to try to scare me to sleep back in October when I was a young kid. To be honest, it really worked, but, not so much anymore. You want to hear the story though? Okay. Here's how it goes. Every year, my dad puts out a scarecrow in our fields because he thinks they're effective not only keeping the crows out, but evil spirits as well. I guess he's a little spirituous. The scarecrows he sets out are the same ones, year after year after year. Out of so much wear and tear, they eventually showing their age. This October started out like every other October. The weather was turning cool, and the leaves were beginning to change into a brilliant color of yellow and oranges. I really do enjoy those colors. One Saturday, we go together decided to make a new scarecrow. Being creative, we gathered all our supplies and got to work. This scarecrow was to be different. This was my special design. I wanted a very creepy scarecrow, much scarier than the other ones before. Hours later, and we finally finished up. It felt like for years. Indeed, he was the ugliest, most frightening scarecrow I have ever seen. I was so proud. Mom called us for supper, so we planted the scarecrow out in the cornfield where I could see it from my bedroom window. Not giving it any more thought, we went in and ate. Soon the wind picked up and began lightning. Lightning always scared me, but I didn't think too much of it. No storm was forecasted, but it looked like we were in for a rough night. Light rain began falling as I went up to my bed. I was worried about my new scarecrow. I didn't want him to get ruined in the thunderstorm, so I peeked out my window. What I saw totally took me off guard. He was there, all right, but not where we had placed him. It appeared to me that he had several feet to the right. Puzzled, I stood at the window and watched intently. The lightning was bright, and every time it flashed, I could see my scarecrow. The problem was, it looked as if he was moving when the sky was dark, only to turn up in another spot when the sky lit up. Thinking that I must be imagining things, I put my pajamas on and went to bed. Later on, I heard a loud crack. Thunder woke me up. By now, the rain was pounding down, making it difficult to see out my window. I slipped on my shoes and I snuck outside, being sure to be quiet, and checked on my scarecrow. Not sure where he was, I walked around in the thunderstorm. Half blinded by the cold and stinging rain, clumsily I stumbled over a fallen branch and fell face down into a patch of mud. When I looked up, there was my scarecrow, glaring at me with his scary, red, huge eyes. I couldn't pick myself up fast enough, and I ran screaming into the house, and I never once looked back. After tossing and turning for the rest of the night in my bed, I woke up and the sun was bright and it smelled like bacon. Not wanting to tell my parents what happened last night, I sat quietly and ate breakfast. Anxious and apprehensive, I then went outside to look around. My dad was already looking for the damage to the building, but I was looking for my scarecrow. I could see the other scarecrows in all their usual places, but my scarecrow was nowhere to be found. Full of confusion, I began crying. I was just so confused, and I didn't know where he was. I thought I was losing my mind. And to this day, many years later, I still don't ever see him, and I have no idea where he went. So, it still haunts me to this day. Now, of course, that's just the story, but, you know, it was a story that my mom used to tell me quite a lot, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I know it probably wasn't that scary, but it's one that definitely got me when I was younger. And sorry if it was a boring story. I probably made you fall asleep with that one. Oh, you actually listened to it? What'd you think of it? Okay, well, I'm glad you're being honest with me. I appreciate that. I'd rather you be honest than lie to me. Oh, you want to hear one more? Sure, I can say one more. This one's a really short story, but nevertheless it's interesting. My mom told me to never go into the basement, but you know, me being a young kid, I wanted to see what was making all that noise. It kind of sounded similar to like a puppy, and I really wanted to see a puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down, but I didn't see a puppy. And then Mom yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mom had never yelled at me like this before, and it made me sad and I cried. Then Mom told me to never go in the basement again. She gave me a cookie. That made me feel a little bit better. So I didn't ask why the boy in our basement was making noise like a puppy or why he had no hands or feet. I know, it's kind of a dark story, but I thought it was a pretty creepy one. It's kind of really dark if you think about it. What'd you think about it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's another story of mine that I like. It's not really has a good ending one, but it's still a good story for October. Yeah. To be honest, growing up as a little kid, I never really was good with scary stories. They tend to scare me quite easily, and if someone told me one, I could easily shy away from, you know, everything else that day that slightly scared me. I know, I was a big wuss growing up. Sometimes I still am, but I guess we're all just different, aren't we? Do you get scared easily? I suspected that. Oh no. I mean, it's perfectly fine. We're all different in how we handle things, especially when it comes to anything scary. Now that I think about it, have you ever seen Kacha scream out of fear? I'm starting to wonder, maybe everyone just screams from him. Yeah, I'm probably right about that one. He can get pretty scary whenever he's angry. It's not a pretty sight when he's all wound up and really mad. Yeah, we both know what that's like, don't we? But he's a good guy underneath all his scary faces he has, and the amount of death threats he might give you. Yeah, that's just Kachan. Oh, yeah, you can sit next to me, that's fine. If anything, we can be warmer that way. So, what do you think we should do tomorrow? We only got a couple more days here at camp, and I don't know. I thought we could hang out a little bit. I don't know, sorry if it's an awkward question. Just, you know, I kind of want to spend some time with you. Oh, I think, yeah, that's a cool idea. We could definitely do that. Mm-hmm. No, 100% I'm down for that. Oh, what did I have in mind? Oh, well, not too much. Just, you know, you could do some training. Maybe we can go around scaring some other Class 1B or Class 1A classmates. Or maybe we can try something really, really risky. Here, listen. We could try stealing Aizawa's sleeping bag and putting a bunch of fake spiders in there. That's probably like the riskiest thing I've ever done if I think about it. But I think it'd be kind of funny. But that doesn't sound like me? Yeah, you're right. I got the idea from Kachan. But I really want to do it because it sounded funny. You think I should? Well, if you help me, we can for sure do it. Oh, I didn't actually know. I didn't think about that. Sure. How about to make it more interesting, we can't even use our quirks. We have to do this all raw. Straight from our own skill sets. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be kind of a funny prank. I can't wait to see the look on Aizawa's face when he goes to open up his sleeping bag and BAM! A bunch of fake spiders. I can only imagine the look on his face. Hey, and maybe Kachan will think I'm cool. Maybe. That's a big maybe though. You know how he is towards me. It is kind of getting late though. We should probably head to our tents and, you know, get some rest. We have lots of plans ahead of us tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them too. Oh, and make sure you sleep well. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Alright, bye. Sleep well, and have a good night. And don't let my stories keep you up.